Well, today I'm making a trip to the mighty Susquehanna, and what a beautiful stretch of water we have here. Now, when we think of a river, we think of a place where we can fish, we can do a bit of boating, a bit of sailing. And of course, there's the negative side, the side when the river gets too full, it starts flooding and people lose property, they lose houses. But the other side of that flooding is that a river will naturally, over its banks, produce a very fertile soil. But today we're going to visit Ron's community garden, and he makes use of this wonderfully fertile soil. And of course, the water is available, the sun is here, the fertile soil, you can't help but grow wonderful vegetables. Hello, Ron.
Hello.
I'm actually taken back. I didn't expect all these people. Tell me the secret of getting people involved in a community garden.
Tom Champy has a Facebook page called Just Food, No Politics.
Okay.
Tom and I became quick friends, and we started going out for breakfast every Friday morning. And before you know it, we started taking pictures of our breakfast and putting it on his Facebook page. Before you know it, everybody said, I want to come to breakfast, that looks so delicious. So we started inviting everybody.
Aha.
So we have a...
Not the garden first, it was get the people together, get a group together.
We had to be smart about it. And now we sometimes have 30, 35, 40 people. They're all talking about very inflated prices on vegetables and meat and everything. And I thought, boy, what better than to create a community garden?
Now we have to say that actually, Ron, historically you're a farmer, yeah?
I am. Yeah, this is the land that I grew up on. So this used to be my pasture. So it's extremely fertile from cow manure, horse manure, pig manure, all that kind of stuff. So anything will grow here.
And of course, we're on the alluvial soil, river sediment, as it were.
Right here, only 15 feet away is the river.
Yeah.
So we can gain access to water there, but we don't have to. Mother Nature takes care of everything. And we live right at the base of a mountain, so there's all kind of water running underground. And it just kind of seeps up a little bit and waters the garden from underneath.
Self-fertile, self-watering.
Yes.
But not self-weeding.
It is not self-weeding. And we meet here every Sunday morning, probably 8:30, 9 o'clock. Some people come right after church. And we plant stuff, we weed it. And now we're at the point where we're picking everything and cooking everything, and right after we finish working in the garden, we have a really nice lunch, and we have a bunch of chefs here. You know,
you're obviously a bit of a psychologist. You get to know the humans, what they want and what they desire. So a little bit of hard work, and then you reward them.
We have a lot of dedicated people here.
Excellent. So why don't we start by looking at some of the things you're quite proud of. So Ron, I just had to stop here because these are eye-catching yellow squash, yeah?
Yep.
Look at that. Look how healthy the leaves look. And look at that beautiful
In
fruit.
Many stages of growth, we have baby ones starting to form here. And you can see as they age, they get a little more yellow. Than this pale yellow. And that's that just means it's ripe. It's ready to pick.
So the brighter yellow, the better it is. The tastier it is.
Very, very tasty.
Now, in terms of insect, I see one or two holes on this one, but they seem to be pretty free of insect damage.
Yeah, these are pretty free, but there are a couple of holes in different plants here, and that's the beetles. The beetles like to eat the leaves, and fortunately, they don't eat the vegetable.
And in fact, as we were just talking about, sometimes when the insect attacks, the plant fights back, and it produces chemicals, and which actually make the fruit a little bit more tasty.
That's right.
All right, I've got to see those tomatoes, especially that, you've got a blue one, I think, and a funny shaped one.
We do.
Well, Ron, it looks like we got some purpley blue coming in here. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is a special kind of tomato. I never had them before. One of the members actually saw them online and ordered them, and they actually came as plants. And we just planted it not long ago, and it took off. But if you can see the discoloration on the top of the tomato, somebody might think that that's a bad color, but that's actually the color of the tomato.
Oh, there's nothing better than a plate of different colored tomatoes, sort of heirloom tomatoes sliced.
And this is it's similar to an heirloom tomato. And we also have heirloom tomatoes here also.
Excellent. Well, this is really weird looking. Look at that. It's almost like a gourd, isn't it?
Yep. So this is called a Myla tomato, M-I-L-A, and it's almost shaped like a teardrop. They're very sweet, and they grow just like, they kind of look like an eggplant when they're fully grown.
Fantastic.
But they're a very sweet tomato.
They're going to go red, typical?
They're going to be red, yep, and they're very good for canning.
So plum tomatoes, there's all these little shaped ones you can get, the tiny little ones.
Right, or the little cherry tomatoes.
Look at this one.
Yeah.
I like the look of that. That really is very unusual.
Yep. Yeah, that's a cool one. That's the first time we had these here too, and boy, are they fragrant.
So number one vegetable probably in the world is, of course, the potato. Yeah, and you've got a nice line of them growing here.
We do.
So those who haven't discovered, a lot of people have never seen a potato come out of the ground, so I'm going to give you the honor. Yeah, and I think we're long enough into the season, there will be some potatoes down there. I don't know how big they're going to be.
Yeah, we'll probably get a couple 100 pounds of potatoes.
So come in and have a look at this.
A lot of people think that the potatoes grow above ground, but they're actually a root vegetable, and they grow underground.
Oh, look at that. Pop straight up.
There's one right there.
Oh, look at that. And that's quite a size.
That's a red potato.
Oh, yeah. Let me just clean some of the mud away. Yeah, you can see the red skin.
Yep. So
Isn't
they're red.
Like magic?
Isn't it beautiful?
How something like this can produce such, you know, half-pound potato just like that.
Yep.
Look at that.
Look how juicy it is, too.
Ron, I have to say that the beans look like someone's cut the tops off.
Unfortunately, we had a little bit of deer damage. It's only one deer. She only eats the top of the beans, the tender leaves off of it, and doesn't eat the beans at all. So it makes it a little bit easier for us because we don't have to push the leaves aside to see the beans. To
find them, yeah, because sometimes they're a little tricky to find, yeah?
Yeah, they're right there in front of our faces.
Now don't go away. When we come back, we're going to put these little beauties to good use down here at Ron's community garden.